Well, we're going to take a look at the U.S. Geological Survey aircraft flying in the area with a magnetic antenna at the end for searching for rare metals. Today, Inform TV, we're at the Alexandria Airport. You know, I'm a strong supporter of commercial aviation as well as this 503 acres we have here in Alexandria. And I, as many of you, have been watching a really nice low-flying plane in the area. And today we're going to get a little update on what's going on here at the Alexandria Airport. Sir, introduce yourself and tell us a little bit so the people know what you guys are up to.
Sure. Hey everybody, my name is Josh Noble. I work for a company called NV5 Geospatial. What we mostly do is LiDAR surveying as well as imagery. But what we're doing here today in your beautiful state and city is we are surveying for mineral deposits for the USGS. What that means is we are using magnets, a combination of magnets and crystals, to detect what's underneath the ground. And we do that by flying really low over the area that we are required to. So I know we've been buzzing you for the last few days and we apologize for that, but hopefully it looks cool from where you are. I don't think you can see it right now, but we do have a boom.
We're going to move back. Sir, tell us about this boom you've got out the back of this aircraft.
Yeah, so this is what we call the extendo mag, and basically the idea is we have magnets in the tail of the boom here.
Okay.
And the concept of the boom is to keep the magnets as far away from the plane as possible, so we cut down on interference. So the magnet is picking up on rare earth.
Speak a little louder, please.
Yeah, sorry. So the idea of the boom is to pick up rare earth minerals. So that's the reason we fly so low, is because the lower we get, the better data we have. And so yeah, that feeds into a system in the plane there. Then we're able to see the data that it picks up. We have a good day's lift, and we go back to the FBO and we upload that data, and the USGS eventually will make this public information. So I don't have any resources for you now, but if you want to check it out later down the road, I'm sure the USGS will have it available. Basically, it shows mineral deposits underneath the Earth's surface, and we use 2 crystal packs in the plane. Unfortunately, I can't show you that right now. But that is working in tandem with the boom here, just to get a complete picture of what's underneath the surface. And yeah.
So how high off the ground are you flying, and then how long is your pattern that you fly?
Yeah, so we're a minimum of 300 feet off the ground. We did have a waiver approved by the FAA to do this, so no worries there. And what we do is follow a drape file. It's a profile of obstacles on the ground, so towers, cell towers, silos, power lines, things of that nature.
As well as GPS or not GPS?
Yeah, we do have GPS logging. That all gets bundled up with the data we have, so they're able to track our flight and where we've been, and we're able to track progress that way. Basically, the area of interest that we have been required to fly is about 45% of the state of Minnesota. So we're starting down here in Alexandria. Eventually next year we will be up further north, Brainerd, up near that area, kind of doing the same thing. We won't be here for much longer, obviously, when the snow and weather moves in, but when we got a good day today, like today, we like to be up in the air flying. So can't really predict where we'll be during the day, but if you see a low flying plane with a big old boom sticking out the back, that's us surveying for minerals. And just to note, it's not dangerous to anybody on the ground. There's no radiation or anything like that, so it's perfectly safe.
Is there anything that in your equipment here that if boom you got a hot spot that your people are really looking for, will that separate that out, or you just got hours and hours and hours of data?
Yeah, so that's the idea. We don't handle the data. We ship it off. We're just the surveyors, the flyers, pilots. We work with another company, Revolution Flight. They lease the plane to us and the pilots. But yeah, it's kind of a brand new process for us, so we don't really know what the data looks like yet.
Okay.
And so
Well, we're glad you came to Alexandria, and looks like you got a fairly new aircraft here as well. I'm going to talk to the pilots a little more, or do you want to tell us a little more yet?
No, that's basically it. Yeah, don't be concerned with low flying plane. We're approved to do this, so hopefully it looks cool from where you're at, and hopefully we're not bugging you too much.
I think it's great to have you in town and enjoy the weather. So this will probably be the last week you're doing it, or?
I imagine so. I imagine next week is going to turn into rain and snow.
And so you shut down for the winter and then come back in April or something like that?
Yeah, we'll come back when the snow melts, and we'll continue on.
And where are you, your personal self, and your buddy that helps with equipment inside, where are you guys from?
I'm from Oregon.
Oregon, okay.
Oregon, yeah. But our company is based in Florida, but we have offices all over the world, actually.
Okay. And this would be a typical plane. Your company is happy with this particular aircraft and this particular boom. Is that boom antenna something new, or that been around for a while?
As far as I know, it's been around for a while. It's new to us, but this type of technology has been used for a couple decades, I believe. What we mostly do is LiDAR, so there's a good chance we've already been out here in the past flying LiDAR. So but that's at a much higher altitude. This is new, and this is as low as we get for this type of survey.
Well, once again, I want to thank you for talking to Inform TV and being in Alexandria. I'm just going to pan the camera a little bit, but I don't want to go against the sun so much, but I'm going to talk to your pilots just for a second to get some understanding of this aircraft. It's beautiful. It could actually, I think they haul like 12 passengers if you set them up for passenger service. Well, folks, we're going to get a little insight from the two pilots that fly this wonderful caravan, Cessna Caravan in our area. Folks, tell me a little bit, or my audience a little bit, about this turboprop, is it? So it's in reality a jet engine in front, right?
Yep, yeah, it's a Pratt & Whitney PT6-114, and it's got about 675 horse, and turboprop, and basically jet engine with a propeller. And we're cruising along probably about 160, 170 miles an hour, and we're doing the survey.
And now when you came in yesterday to make the turn a little quicker, I heard, did you reverse the prop, or how does a jet engine work? On a jet plane, they just reverse the thrust. But this one, how do you, when I hear the noise where you could slow down real fast, what were we hearing?
Yeah, it goes into, it's called a beta, and it reverses pitch and will blow air forward.
Okay, it's just the pitch of the variable pitch
using oil
aircraft.
Pressure to change the pitch of the prop.
Okay.
And use that in combination with brakes, and it'll stop pretty quick.
And both of you are happy to have this job with this nice aircraft?
Absolutely.
Yep, it's a lot of fun.
And I would think so. You got to see a lot of interesting territory, but obviously at 300 feet, you've got to watch for towers as well, right?
Oh yeah.
That's why there's two of us. Yeah.
And how do you handle a tower? You know, there's down by Westport here, there's like 1,100 foot tower. Just west of town, there's some anywhere from 300 to 400 foot towers. How do you approach a tower from your pattern you're flying?
It's actually in, that's what Josh was talking about, the drape file.
Okay.
It's loaded with an FAA database of all the obstacles, and so then it creates a flight profile, and as we get closer to an obstacle or cities, stuff like that, it'll automatically raise us up
Okay.
following a GPS light bar,
Okay.
and we just follow that profile, and that'll clear us on all the obstacles.
So when you two are flying, one of you is always visually looking for obstacles and the other one watching a monitor, more so to speak, or not?
I would say that's more you, and I'm looking
Yeah.
for the obstacles on the
Yeah, I'm flying the light bar usually. She's looking for obstacles just in case something, didn't get updated,
Yes.
and just anything, not seen or something that pops up overnight.
And is there a warning if you get too close then in that package or not?
No, not really. Most everything's covered in the profile that we know of. And
Well,
so,
have you guys ever flown this aircraft when it had passenger service?
no.
Because I think it holds like 12 or 13, doesn't it?
does.
9 in passenger service and more for skydiving.
Okay, okay. Have you guys ever did any flying for skydivers?
No.
No.
And one of you said you had also did some of this type of work in a different aircraft. What particular aircraft did you flown in with a somewhat similar setup like this one?
It's kind of a wide variety. We actually came from the same company at different points in time.
Okay.
I flew not loud enough. I flew a Piper Navajo, Cessna 206, 182, Portnavia. It's an Italian twin, but lots of different fun planes. But I gotta say, this is already my favorite.
Okay, it is a beautiful aircraft. And where did you guys get your flight training? We got quite an extensive flight operation here through Alec Aviation. And so where did you guys get your flight training?
I originally started flying in Eastern Oregon, and
just a little small airport there?
Yeah,
and
tiny airport, smaller than here.
Okay, and you didn't go through a technical college
No.
or university for it?
No, I went to the community college, but it was for a different major.
How many hours you have in flight already?
I think I'm approaching 1,700.
Okay. And what about you, young lady? What's your background as far as training?
So I was born and raised in Michigan, and I did all my flight training in Michigan. That was partnered with a university, but I finished that a year ago, about a year and a half ago, so not too long ago. And that's been fun. I have a twin that also flies and a big sister, so
Okay.
just my copycat.
Very good. We're glad to have you in Alexandria, and I know you've got things to do, so I'm not going to take any more of your time, but make sure you come back to Alexandria when you have time in the summertime. Enjoy the lakes and that type of thing next summer.
Okay.
Alrighty, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. I'm just going to scan just a quick little bit of this nice aircraft, and we'll let these good people go. Thank you, guys. Well, watch them fire up this aircraft. They're going to take off on 22, they said, as the sock or wind is favoring that direction for the most part, but they can take off any direction with the weather we have today, or wind, whatever you want to call it. Firing her up. Jet engine with a prop on the front, turbo prop. interviewed. He's one of the supervisors and the guy that's going to be running equipment today. He's been training with this guy, and today will be his first day of running the survey equipment in the Cessna aircraft. Got a gust of wind there now, the prop. The windsock is favoring runway 22, so he's making a good flight decision there. I'm going to move my camera quick. I was just said the pilots can talk to me now, so we'll include them in this clip. Nice young people. Having a career in aviation. And now I got a Super Cub. I've got to focus out for him. At least it may be something else. I'm not sure. Maybe an old blank even. Well, Cessna Caravan with geological survey equipment, a big magnetic boom on the back, flying the state of Minnesota for looking for precious metal deposits. And sadly, we got a ton of them in the old Iron Range, and we don't have a governor that's allowing them to be mined, or a legislature. Very sad. Days off. Spin around here and see if I can catch up with them. Just want you to be informed of what's going on in this 503 acres right in the center of Alexandria, and a prime spot in Douglas County in the Alexandria Lakes area. Thank you for watching. So you don't always have to crawl out the window then?
Not always.
Quite often though, I think you have it full, don't you?
A fair amount of the time.
Yeah.
Especially now that we're getting into peak.
Is fall the peak season for this?
Christmas.
Oh, yes. Sorry. Should have known that. How many pounds you got on today?
Not much. Just under 500 pounds.
What's the maximum poundage you can handle?
2,500.
Okay. Do you get that quite often or not?
Once in a blue moon.
Okay. You definitely have bulk.
Getting cold pretty soon. Now you got the.
I didn't put those in there.
Oh, okay.
I think the threat of snow over the weekend kind of prompted the blankets to appear.
Snow. We're not Bemidji.
I think they're
calling it for the Twin Cities over the weekend.
Are they?
Yeah. I don't think it's gonna stay. It's too early yet, but
We could use some snow.
not yet. Not for another 6 weeks.
Is that when you're retiring?
It doesn't sound like that number's ever getting smaller, does it? I thought you've been at 6 weeks for a while.
Are we down to 4? Well, I think we might be.
You know,
Maybe 3.
my brother retired. Excavation work. Called him up. Hey, what are you doing?
Working on
Driving
somebody
some
else.
heavy equipment around, hauling some heavy equipment. They didn't have a semi-driver. Call him a few other times.
Gonna make a few dollars here and there now.
Running semi. I said, you know what? You really suck at retirement.
Yeah. I'm sure I'll be roped into a occasional flight here and there part-time. I don't know. I don't
I thought you were
necessarily
part-time already.
know.
What are you retiring from? You're a young lady.
Well, thanks for the compliment. Don't get that soul-stealing camera.
Were you an airline pilot?
I kind of had a little bit of everything under my belt.
Okay, or military maybe, huh?
No military.
And do you use the 422, the shorter runway, very often?
If the winds are compatible for it, I mean, well.
More just for landing
Two different stops.
than for taking off?
We've taken off depending on weight and winds and conditions. So.
Okay.
She would treat us better if she was once in the military.
To me, you guys have an impressive load on.
Yeah.
You weren't in the military, Kevin, or Bob. I called you Kevin again, didn't I?
Yeah. I got a brother, Kevin.
That doesn't count.
And the main reason you're doing it here is because there's 3 other aircraft that are kind of restricting your parking area, right?
Yeah, usually I park in front of the fuel farm. So.
You bought an envelope from California the other day that only took 18 hours to get here, so I thank you for that. All 3 of you. Had a check in it.
There you go.
The only kind I like to get.
They are the best kind.
So you did a lot of flying. What's your favorite plane that you've flown?
Convair 440.
Convair 440, and what is that?
It's a twin engine, 48,000 pound aircraft. It's a round radial engine aircraft.
Okay, and that was passengers?
No, that's great.
Okay, and where was the freight
It's heavier.
on that one?
Automotive parts for GM, Chrysler, Ford, out of Pontiac, Michigan.
And how long did you fly that?
Oh, 3 or 4 years.
Okay. How do you like this Queen Air?
Gets the job done.
And how old is this one? You know?
Good grief, old.
Older than all of us.
Except me, of course. I am really glad we're going to have to tell everybody how hard you UPS people work. They ever let a UPS person fly with you?
We can take passengers.
You can? Okay. Provided they're related to freight?
No, we can bring our friends and close family if we
Okay.
want to.
If there was somebody in Minneapolis and you had a light load, you could bring somebody out.
Yeah.
But you can only bring one because they have to be seated, or do you have another seat you can pop
No,
up?
we just got one seat.
One seat, okay.
This is my desk.
Huh?
My desk.
Yes, I understand. And you live in Bemidji, or where do you live?
I live in the suburbs of Minneapolis.
Okay.
I married a Minnesotan, so now I'm trapped here.
Well, that's good. We like you here.
I want to go back to Michigan. I miss my sandy beaches,
Yeah, okay.
my big water.
And which lake did you live on?
None of them, but it was nice to go to them. My dad would take us on vacation every year. So
And
up north, that was his favorite place to go. Was up
so
the upper part
Lake
of the
Upper Peninsula, Lake Michigan, or what is the other one? Lake Huron?
Huron, Michigan, Superior.
Of those three, then, which did you like the best?
Toss up between Michigan and Superior.
Okay. And that was because of fishing, or you just like the beaches better?
Beaches, scenery.
Okay. Can't argue with there. I've been up there.
I got her. You take me out, you still had a box in your hand. You can't do that.
Well, I'm impressed, guys, all the way around. I thank you three for letting me film. I'm just going to duck in and look at the plane a little bit. Is that okay?
Yeah.
Just so people know what the inside of all this freight came from. I think I can show some of it. Oh yeah, there is a big area. What is the maximum length package you can take? 300 pounds, 1,200 pounds, 2,000 pound max, 1,800 pounds max. See folks, airplanes always have to be balanced. There we've got a passenger plane over there. I should have got a picture of the empty truck to start.
Smile, smile, there you go.
Do I?
These guys got a raise, just recently a big raise, you know, so they have a reason to be smiling. Thanks everybody, have a great day. It was a pleasure to watch you.